It's important to understand that the pledge can't be simply a political commitment. It has to be more than that. And it can't be simply a way of protecting yourself to politics. It has to be a full-fledged commitment to the taxpayers. And that commitment has to extend beyond your current term. Governor Hassan has taken it to mean that she can support any policy, regardless of the fiscal consequences of that policy or its implications, so long as she hides behind the fact that she says she won't veto any sales or income tax. But if she is in fact the cause of a future income or sales tax because of overspending, because we overcommit, then she will have failed to fulfill the intent of the pledge. She would and is spending it towards an income tax. By committing New Hampshire taxpayers to unfunded obligations.
Reality of the 2 lawsuits that the governor agreed to settle without the legislators' debates are going to cost the state hundreds of millions of dollars. We've settled the Met lawsuit. The reality of that is a $250,000 increase in the next budget. We've settled the lawsuit with Washington without any legislative discussion on mental health, which is going to cost the state $100 million. I mean, these things are adding to future taxation that are going to drive us to an income tax. I think it's extremely important that Walt pledges he's not going to head in that direction.
So you don't think those should have been settled then? Is that what you're saying?
I personally think the legislature should have been debating those in a process before the governor signs off on them. That is just not a system that's going to work for the state of New Hampshire. We right now do not know where we stand on spending in the state of New Hampshire. I mean, as finance chair in past years, I was briefed once a month. As finance chair last year, I wasn't briefed. Totally unprepared budget director when he came to the meetings. And Jeannie Forrester, as finance chair now, I don't believe has been briefed in months to where the spending is in the state of New Hampshire.
Let's take the second piece here, opposing unfunded obligations. So if our oxycodone problem increased by like 1,000% and we needed more public safety officers, specifically state troopers, you wouldn't agree to hiring new state troopers because there would be an unfunded pension liability to those new hires, correct?
No, what we would have to do is make sure we made the tough choices if that was the priority for the state, that's the choice we made. Right? The difficulty I see us in the state is we're unwilling to make those tough choices. We're always going to have choices in front of us in terms of where we make investments and what programs we're going to support. But it seems to me that if we're not bounded by that future obligation, if we're not bounded by that, then we won't be making those tough choices.